The Rap Roundtable.
Yes, sir. The Rap Roundtable is back on deck with another installment of Monday Night Raw. It's your boy Jav here, and of course, it is Escobar season. This is Nas and Primo week. Big energy, big energy. Guys was out in the towns. I think they had the exhibit was open over the weekend. I had old coworkers sending me flicks of them, flicking it up with Nas, flicking it up with Daylight. People posting on their socials. So it was a very big moment. You could say this is the Mass Appeal Super Bowl, if you will. You know what I mean? But
Talk about it.
nevertheless, once again, this is your boy Jav alongside Macito, alongside Sid the Rap Snob,
What up, what up?
alongside Deanie the Balance.
Yo.
What's the word, fellas?
Chilling, man. You know what I mean? Just had an amazing weekend out in Brooklyn. I mean, the weekend was dope, but Sunday night was really the culmination. Raekwon and Mobb Deep 30th anniversary show out in Brooklyn Paramount. Boy, what a night. What a fucking night.
Nice.
Right, Deanie?
Man, I'm still recovering mentally. You know what I'm saying? Like I knew it was gonna be a great show, but what they gave us, bro, was like out of this world. Like the constant refreshingness. You know how you go to the buffet and you eat a little bit, you're like, this is good, and they just keep bringing more shit. That's what it felt like, bro. Shout out to the Crab House. Nigga felt like Crab House. They just keep bringing more plates. Nigga.
Word. That's what it felt like, bro.
Like,
it was such a good night, man. The
just
energy.
when I thought it was like the energy of Mobb Deep and Raekwon and Wu-Tang combined, boom, out of nowhere, here come Ghostface. Boom, out of nowhere, here come Method Man. Boom, out of nowhere, here come the Locks. Boom, out of nowhere, here comes the God himself, Escobar. Like it, like bro, like mind you, Brooklyn Paramount is a standing only event. You get what I'm saying? There's no chairs in the building. Like if your legs hurt, may not be the best venue for you. You get what I'm saying? But like worth every inch of pain I'm in right now, bro. My feet hurt, my back hurt. But the entertainment value to be in a building with the gods, bro. Like you can feel the energy coming off the screen. And you know me, I go to a show, I like to be up there. Me and Sid was up there pretty, you know what I'm saying? Send you tell it, bro.
We was pretty close, a little off to the side, which wasn't that bad because we was like right next to one of the bars, which was great. So we got a good view, and we was also had proximity to the libations. So
yes,
it was a win. It was a win-win. You know what I mean? You know, the smoke was in the air.
Mm-hmm.
The classic cloth energy was in the air.
Talk about it.
Raekwon was up there talking about, you know, like you don't get people of this cloth very often. You know, you don't get artists of this cloth very often, and it was nothing but cloth on that stage, bro. From the moment, look, I'm coming into this show, I'm thinking, okay, so it's Raekwon and Mobb Deep, you know, obviously, Havoc, rest in peace to Prodigy, can't be here, but I was like, how are they going to split this? Like, is it going to be one first and then the other one? Yo, the amount of love on that stage, because there was like such a lack of egos. It was just like brotherhood up there. Havoc and Ray shared the stage immaculately. They both came out at the same time. Ray would do a couple of his joints, then Havoc would do a couple of the Mob joints, and they would just go back and forth. They brought Meth out. That was a riot starter.
Crazy.
They brought Ghostface out. Yo, for Criminology, the energy was like so thick in there. Pause, but like, you know what I mean? Like, y'all just gonna have to excuse me if I say anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
we'll allow it this occasion.
We'll let you live.
This particular night, man, the Ghostface up there doing Criminology with Ray, and then they get into Right Back at You with Mobb Deep. Then they get into Eye for an Eye. They get into Verbal Intercourse. And then listen, as soon as you hear that beat, you're like everybody starts, yo, is he here? Is he here?
Needles.
Bro, Esco hops out. And the thing about Nas, as a Nas fan, I know, like I've seen him at enough live shows to know when he's up there, because it's, you know, I kind of got to do it. Like I'm on the lineup. Like I've committed to doing this. but sometimes his energy is not fully there. This is not one of those times, man. Like, because he felt the cloth in the building. He felt the energy and the brotherhood in the building. Up there with Ray and Ghost and Havoc. That's just that's legendary shit, man. That's iconic shit. That's cloth shit. That is golden era right there. You know what I mean? So they did verbal intercourse. The place erupted. They got into Eye for an Eye. The place erupted. They did Wu Gambinos with meth. Nothing but legendary shit. Then out of nowhere, this is the shit that was completely left field, because like at least with Nas, like the Mass Appeal rollout, Mobb Deep and Raekwon and Ghostface all on Mass Appeal. They have the Mass Appeal a pop-up shop going on this weekend. So you figure, all right, Nas is probably gonna roll through. But out of nowhere, the Locks rushes the stage.
Oh man.
The Locks, bro.
Shake Loose, what up?
What's New York fucking night, man? And then MOP came out to do Annie Up. Destroyed the place. Just threw the whole roof off the ceiling, bro.
And
that's a legendary night.
Still bringing that energy. Still bringing that same energy. It's not like, even though Bill Dance lost like 100 pounds, whatever, you know what I'm saying? There's still like 300-pound energy coming out of the body. You heard? Like, there's everything about the night. And you know what the craziest part is? Like Sin said, classic. Sin said, hip hop, golden era. But bro, like the two words that are missing to encapsulate all of that, bro. New York, bro.
New York.
It was just a culmination of like the G's from New York, the gods from New York, bro. Like, I know a lot of times it's like little New York bias and everything's differentiated between this side and this side, this coast, but nah, like if you were a fan of hip hop, bro, especially if you were around for that golden era, like this was like Christmas, no pun intended. You know what I'm saying? And I guess that's why it happened in December.
Hey man, I had to step away for a second. Did y'all mention that even Rome was able to grace that stage with those legends?
Yo, we didn't even get to that yet. You know what I'm saying? Rome Streets opened up the joint. I unfortunately missed Rome Streets because I was waiting to get our merch shit. But Sin was up there, got the footage. Shout out to Rome. I heard it, killed it. Because the way the place is set up, you can hear the music from everywhere. Kind of like MSG, you go to the bathroom and you hear what's going on. That's the same way the place is set up. So I'm hearing Rome I'm hearing Rome on the stand. Like, shout out to that man. One of the greatest doing it right now, coming out the city. Like the energy was crazy. It's like I said, so New York, bro.
My apologies if I'm fanning out over Raekwon and Havoc and Nas and Mobb Deep and Meth and a lot.
Like it's a lot of icons.
It was just hit after hit after hit, man. But like, when I say like, I love to see what Rome is doing right now.
Yeah.
I'm proud of the brother. Like, we was early, to the Rome, on the Rome wagon. We had him on the show mad long ago.
Whoa. We was not on Rome's wagon, my guy. Like, no, we were not.
In the pause after we had him.
Were not.
We had him in the pause.
Whoa.
Crazy.
Technical problem.
All right, man.
We were on the Rome wave.
Lord,
no fucking wagon.
Is wave that much better, really?
Yes. Yeah, that is the
wagon.
Word.
The wagon is crazy.
Wagon is crazy. Bandwagon,
yeah. Some words are necessary.
I didn't want to call it a bandwagon. That has a bad connotation.
We've been fucking with the man's music for quite some time.
Right. Thank you.
There you go.
We was on the Rome wave.
You love that brother.
Please.
Like, I think he's one of the illest bars, man.
All right. We've been on the Rome wave for some time.
Salute.
Like we saw the specialness early. You know what I mean? We saw what kind of legendary shit he was capable of, and to see him come so far as to be on the stage with Mobb Deep, you know what I mean, with Havoc, with Raekwon, with Ghostface, with Nas, with all of these legends from the golden era, and holding his own and putting his own legendary stamp on the night as well. You know what I mean? big ass screen behind him with his name up there, just the same way as all the legends. It's amazing to see, man. I'm proud of him. And yeah, like as a friend of the table and as a fan, I love to see it, man. Love to see it. He's really, he's really carrying the torch the way he's supposed to be, And
shout out Coach too. Coach was up on the big stage too.
You know, if Rome there, Coach gonna be there. Coach the master of ceremonies. You know how he do. You know what I mean?
Man.
But yo, y'all did a hell of a job of collecting some footage from the event. I couldn't be there, but I was able to like splice together a little sizzle reel of what took place because fair use, we can't use too much, we'll get flagged. But it's about a minute long, so the people who couldn't be there, they could probably get a vibe, see the ambiance of what took place last night. So I'm gonna drop that real quick for the people them to see.
Let's do that.
Yeah. Tough, bro.
I had to take them inside, as much as possible to be there. I, honestly, watching the footage, I felt like I was there. Y'all did a hell of a job of capturing the energy in the moment. When folks get to talking about grifting and who's culture and who's not culture, just know that if it's a big event in New York City and it involves rap, chances are at least one of us will be at that venue. Okay.
Even at some of the not so big ones,
will be there,
Even at some of the not so big events, we're tapped in, bro. Like underground, overground, the middle of the ground, the street, the asphalt, nigga. Like we outside, bro.
We're not just on Twitter letting people lie about what we talk about. We actually go to the events. We talk to the artists. We talk to the people. The people talk back to us. It's actual real love, believe it or not.
Oh, and Dini, shout out to who?
Josh.
Okay.
He's a friend of Anna. Anna's a person I met at separate events, but I met her at least 2 or 3 times. The last time I think was at the Freddie Gibbs. Super cool girl, watches the show, always give the shout out. We bumped into the homie Josh yesterday. He spotted us, said what up, took a flick. It's just dope to see that people fuck with the team, man. Like real local celebrities, quote unquote.
Putting that on me. I'm just a guy with a podcast.
It's nice, bro. It's nice to get the love.
That's a fact, man. That's a fact. Max B show coming up, Clip show coming up. Chances are you might spot a few of us there. Keep your eyes open, But anyway, speaking of Nas, let's get into it. Yes. Of course, this is Light Years week, Nas and Primo week. It's gonna be a lot of coverage tonight, Wednesday, Friday. We will be here to talk about it. Don't worry about what everybody else doing. Just know when that album drops, there will be a reaction. I don't know what time we dropping the reaction on Friday, but we reacted, goddammit. So keep your eyes open. Be on deck, like I told y'all. When Nas comes back outside, we will cover it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's outside. Again, this feels like a Master Pill Super Bowl. The pop-up shop, the show you guys went to, the track list today. I hopefully we get a single before. I wouldn't mind hearing a little leak or something beforehand. But
I want to hear shit. Just drop it Friday.
Fair enough. We got the track list. I love that album title. We haven't talked about the album title a lot. I love that. It's a very deep meaning because at one point you could argue that they were light years ahead of the competition, but then we had to wait light years to get this album. So now it's apropos. It's very apropos. So the list is out, Sin.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it, B. Some of these track titles are very eyebrow raising.
Little bit, man. So let's just get straight to the ones that everybody's going to be talking about.
All right.
New York State of Mind 3.
Oh man,
It's a lot.
That's tough.
that's a lot.
It's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure, man. It's a lot of pressure. And look, I've recently, y'all haven't seen it, but I was recently talking about it'll drop Wednesday. How I think Nas and Primo really at this point they understand the assignment. You know what I mean? They understand it now. They know that they have to deliver a certain type of caliber and a certain type of energy and a certain type of just specialness. I don't think they're going into this like, oh, let's just see what happens. Let's just see like what we cook up. So I think they understand what's at stake here. Legacy wise, I understand. I think they're going into it with a very focused mind and knowing that if you're gonna name a track New York State of Mind Part 3, if you don't deliver on that expectation, people are gonna be talking about it. So if you're gonna name it that, I think they're gonna deliver. I think I don't think that they're gonna take this lightly at all. Another one, Third Childhood.
Yep.
As as a follow-up, as a sequel to Second Childhood. That's a very interesting title. Not just
this.
Yeah. Hey, listen.
Listen, citizens.
So not just because this was a song that they had on Stillmatic that they're gonna reprise. But what's this gonna be about? Is it gonna be targeted at anyone? Is there somebody in mind that Nas has to base this song title off of? And the fact that it's the closer of the album, that's also really interesting to have that as the closer. But other than that, can't tell too much. Oh no, sorry. There's one more that I wanted to point out. Pause tapes. Now we play a lot of pause games around here. We play a lot of pause games. But if you're not of the cloth, then and if you don't know what a pause tape is, then just sit this one out. But I'm very much looking forward to this song called Pause Tapes. If you don't know, this is how early producers, like before they had, MPCs and SP1200s and all of these different equipment, a lot of cats, a lot of up and coming producers got started off making pause tapes where you would like record a sample, pause it, go back, and then record another like sample over it, pause it, go back, and that's how they would build beats essentially on cassette, making pause tapes. I feel like Q-Tip used to do this, and a few other people. But the fact that they're making a song dedicated to the pause tape, that's cloth talk right there. That's very very early, very 90s, late 80s, early 90s New York type of shit. And I'm definitely looking forward to that song right there. Other than that, I see Nasty Esco Nazir. Obviously, the collab with AZ is something that I'm very much looking forward to. My Story, Your Story. Welcome to the Underground. That's another title that's piquing my interest. But honestly, me personally, I've never been the type to really look at a track list and start formulating, narratives and ideas as to what the album's going to sound like or what they're going to be talking about. So, I'm taking this, with a grain of salt, but definitely New York State of Mind Part 3, obviously, that's going to be a big, a big track off of this. Third Childhood. Pause tapes. I'm looking forward to that. And My Story, Your Story with AZ. Definitely looking forward to those. The other ones, can't really make it out one way or another what they're going to be about. So I'm just going to have to wait and see and enjoy it when it comes out on Friday.
That's a fact, man. Do you need a balance as a person who's had some, trepidation and some concerns Burns. You see this track list, just talk about the track list. We got episode Wednesday coming out where we get into our deeper thoughts. But right now, you see this track list. What did you think initially? What do you think right now?
Off the top of my head, I'm thinking 15 tracks is long. Now, I know a lot of people would say this is Nas and Primo, but I'm like, I've been in a world where like 10 to 12 has kind of been a sweet spot for a lot of people. We're in an era nowadays where one or two songs will fuck up the whole mojo of an album. So I kind of like to keep them a little more short and concise. I don't know the length of the album, but hopefully it's around 50 minutes, 45 to an hour, roughly. But in terms of track listing, man, I'm not jumped at. Like I see a couple joints that obviously. First of all, I want to say AZ being the only feature is giving me hope because it kind of lets me know what kind of direction they're going in. As this whole thing rolls out, we have a few more days left, but as the whole thing rolls out, I'm getting a little bit pieces more so I can have a better judgment of how I feel about the shit. The fact that AZ is the only one there shows me that there's a specific kind of aesthetic they're going for, and this is not going to be something to kind of ingratiate the younger niggas. This is something I'm giving this to the people that love what we did, or what we do. Get ready. Like sometimes the titles that are like spelled like obviously be fucking with me now. I guess when I was younger, like those things jumped at me and I was like, oh, these are gonna be fire. But nowadays, those things kind of like stand out to me. Mad Men, Welcome to the Underground. I do like that. I do like that title because I feel like that's their beginning. They both came from the dirt with this shit. So for them to be where they are now, like icons, dope. Madman, kind of iffy on the title. Pause Tapes, I think that's dope because I think they will break down a lot of that history. Riders, Fire. Sons, Nas, if you really think about it, Nas always gives us those kind of like songs about the future. And I don't mean the future like the future past, present. I mean the future like the youth. You got your No I Cans, you got your like If I Ruled the World, still kind of like for the younger generation. You get what I'm saying? Nasty, Esco, Nasir. I have a feeling this is gonna be a very introspective record. I feel like we're gonna get phases. We're gonna get young Nas, mid Nas, not mid as in whack, but mid as in midlife, and then we're gonna get where he's at now. That the transition from going from Nasty Nas to Esco to Nasir Jones. Bouquet to the ladies. Nas has been showing up for the ladies. KD3 had a nice medley of joints that I feel like the ladies can rock with, and I think that's gonna be dope. Junkie might be the song that I'm feeling like is gonna be a sleeper, because I feel like if Nas, and maybe it might be hope, but maybe Nas could do like what he did for I Gave You Power. Maybe it could be a verse through the eyes of an actual junkie. He kind of did that on one mic a little bit too, but maybe like with a deeper introspection to this shit. Shine Together. I like that title. I do. And I think Third Childhood is gonna, I'm not saying it's gonna be about Jim Jones, but I think it's gonna be an interest because that is prevalent in the world now. We do see that a lot. You get what I'm saying? That niggas that like they kind of refuse to grow up. So I can't lie. I kind of do like the direction, but I still have the trepidation because, like I said, I love these guys. You get what I'm saying? Like my roots go really far back.
nervous, bro.
I am, bro. Because yo, I jumped off the porch in '96. I am, yo, because it's. Think about like I'll go back to cooking. Heavy nigga. Your mom's cooking, a family member's cooking that's just been iconic to you. And you haven't had it in a long time. Maybe you haven't seen your family member, whatever, 5 years, 10 years, I don't know, a long time. And then they're about to make this dish again, and you're like, yo, I wonder if it's still going to taste the same. That's always going to be on your mind, bro. You get what I'm saying? It is. And like I said, it doesn't have to taste exactly the same. I just wanted to remind me of how good it was back in the days. That's all I really need. I know it sounds like I'm being the hardest one putting the pressure on this album, but
yeah, it does.
But I think I have the less demand for it because I'm not looking for I Gave You Power Part 6. I'm not looking for that.
I'm gonna pull a phrase that I've had to use on Dini in the past on this podcast. Some people might, our longtime supporters know what I'm about to say. Dini, it sure sounds like you are waiting to hate this album.
No, I'm not,
that's
bro.
the vibe I'm getting.
I'm not, bro.
You are waiting to hate, and you've done this quite a few times in the past.
I would hate
where
to
I've
hate.
I've had to say to Dini, it sounds like you're just waiting to hate this album, and I'm getting that vibe from you. Like you're putting it on. You say you're doing that thing where I'm not putting it on a pedestal because they're old, but you have this shit on the highest pedestal of the four of us.
But all right. but we can't say it
I
can't be
jumped
on
off the
some
porch
kind
in
of pedestal, bro.
96. The fuck that got to
Like
do with
this
2025?
this is arguably so to some people hip hop's greatest MC. You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, he's 50, but he's still playing. And I don't want to use LeBron because I think LeBron's game don't translate the way Nas is translating nowadays. But he's still putting up like 40-point games. You know what I'm saying? On every game he plays, he's still scoring at a high level. So I see he still can play the game.
So you got nothing to be nervous about, is what you're saying.
But this is not basketball is not a one-man game. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to pass the ball. Other people have to be
talking
open.
about the track list. How we get back to this conversation? Yo, Mesito, your thoughts on the track list?
Because it's what niggas think. Everybody's thinking. Ask the chat. I can't be the only one.
Let me cook real quick.
Nah, the chat think you bugging. In fact,
nah, I'm not bugging. Nas and Shake. I'm worried about Primo.
They do. I'll give the caveat. Like Sin, I am not necessarily a track list guy. You know what I mean? It's sometimes you could jump off the cliff and feel like you about to hear some hot shit off the track list, and then you like no. But objectively, I'm hype about this track list, guys.
I don't know why that was so funny.
I'm hype about this track list. Listen, Dean, I disagree with you. I think the 15 songs is perfect, bro. Ooh. I'm not gonna lie. I think this is to me, this is the sweet spot for an album. 14, 15 songs. You know what I mean? Allowing for a couple of 2-verse songs on there. A couple might be shorter than the others. So the track list link, I'm here for it. Sin, you mentioned the immediate highlights. Of course, New York State of Mind 3. Yeah. Third Childhood, which it could be like it could be a Jimmy diss, but I feel like Nas is almost too conceptual to give you the easy. You know what I mean? I think it could be, as the Second Childhood was a negative song, the Third Childhood he might flip to positivity as an outro.
That's actually what I was thinking. As an outro, as the last song.
Because if you look at the life Nas is living right now, he's living better than ever. It could be about himself.
It's a third prime.
His childhood, right?
We've talked extensively about this being his third prime.
Exactly. That's kind of where I see the direction of Third Childhood going. Although I would love some Jimmy slander on the bars, but you got that. My Life is Real as the intro. That's gonna be like, come on, you about to be spitting venom on there, bro. If he's giving us these verses that he has this year, just on some Lucy shit on my, the Massive Pill run, then as the first verse of My Life is Real is about to be insane. Writers, I'm very interested to see what Writers is about. If it's ghostwriter slander, if it's because Nas is a longtime ghostwriter, he's wrote hits, wrote, Nas is a ghostwriter himself, so I'm thinking maybe that's the angle Nas is going with that one. As you know, I'm always, when rappers get into the fatherhood bag, I'm always here for it. So Sons, Young Kings, I'm super excited to hear that. I'm sorry, like. I'm not really a track list dude, but I'm like, nah, this kind of look tough. The fact that AZ is the only one on there, like, you would assume that Mob would have been on there and De La Soul would have been on there, and that it would have been like a Mass Appeal Super Bowl as the show you guys went to. But the fact that they like, nah, we taking it back to the basics. AZ only, that's him and AZ aren't they batting like 1,000? Like, come on now.
They've never failed us.
They've never failed us, bro, and they won't on this one. So, as a person who somebody mentioned in the comments recently that I was the person that said this album was never gonna come out. So I have no issue being wrong. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know my field goal percentage on here. I take shots, I miss shots. You feel me?
You are a volume scorer on this thing.
You feel me? Come on now.
10 for 32, but you still got 30.
Listen, I'm put my shots up. You know what I'm saying?
Good buckets.
I'm on my Michael Porter Jr. I'm not passing it when I get the ball, bro.
threes.
So to be honest with you, like, this track list has me kind of activated for this album, bro. I'm not gonna lie for you. Like, Dean, let me not even say I don't get the trepidation at this point. I feel like, Dean, you need to tell us between this Kendrick 5-year shit and being nervous about this, you got to tell us who let you down, bro.
My ears, his drum machine. Like, we picked. You tell me.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think this is I'm hype about the track list. Let me just say that the track list looks promising.
Listen, so right, because I'm keeping a list, very concise list.
Mhm.
It's Kendrick, it's Andre, it's Lauren,
Lauryn
and
Hill.
now Primo.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not the same trepidation as Lauryn Hill. He didn't take no breaks. He's just not firing on all cylinders no more. It's not the same. The niggas took long breaks, bro.
You know what I
see
find
who
funny?
rounds out his top 5.
You know what I find funny about Deanie? You know, we call him Deanie the Balance on here, bro. But not for nothing, he might be the most judgmental nigga on this podcast. We're gonna have to change his
It's
name.
judgmental, but it ends in balance, bro. It
Deanie
ends
the
in balance.
judge, bro. Like
Yo.
you taking that Libra scale too far, good brother. What's going on?
Virgo, but I see where you're coming from.
Right, part of self.
Yeah,
You know
just
what I mean?
this I don't want to say there's a lot. Nah, fuck that I am. There's a lot riding on this, bro. Like
what is riding on it? Matter
bro,
of fact, we're not talking about that tonight.
I don't want to be waiting for detox and get Compton. That's all I'm saying.
Leave it for 138. Leave it for 138.
You already trying to stress me out. Deanie the judge. Anyway, I saw this track list, you know, and somebody said I look bored. I think it was Big Lebowski. I just need a drink. Once I'm done talking here, y'all gonna see me disappear for a second. And I'm gonna pour a beverage. But when I saw this, I immediately ran to the group chat. No, I saw it and I responded to the group chat because Sin threw it in the chat.
Yeah.
And I was like, we've been saying, and I said something to the likes of legacy acts in the past, and tune in on Wednesday for that full discussion. You see, we keep talking about Wednesday. Wednesday was a pretty dead. We got a really, really, really good show for y'all this Wednesday. But I'm not really worried about the album. At least for me, I just feel like this is kind of like what I said in the prologue about Light Years. Like we waited so long for it, and it at this point, just having it so that when the aliens show up and they pull the relics and say the Nas and Primo album did happen. That's how I look at it. This is something that has to happen. You know, I maybe not to a lesser degree. I think I hate to bring Hove into it for a second, but it's not a comparison more so than I feel like in real time, all of the guys that we might have wanted Jay-Z to work with extensively, he did it. So we didn't need to wait. Nas never gave us the one guy we wanted him to work with extensively. So we finally got it. To me, like, if Nas retired after this album, it'll be because he's done everything. Like everything a Nas fan could want from him, he's done it. This is the final Infinity Stone. So for me, I'm just pulling up like, I'm gonna tap in because it's Primo and Nas, whatever. But then I see this track list, and I'm like, as much as I'm giving grace to the OGs, the legends, the veterans, this track list is telling me that this ain't some legacy act album. Like, we raising the stakes. Because if you saying to me it's New York State of Mind Part 3 and Third Childhood and the only feature is AZ, and we know what nasty Esco Nasir means, the nasty, the Nas, the Escobar. Y'all know. Like come on. Shine Together. To me, the track list reads like a love letter to Nas fans. Because all of these track titles kind of feed into the ambiance, the know-how that is Nas. Like, if you're a Nas fan, there's probably a secret in all of these titles that you have to unearth. It's not even just, you know what I mean? So I'm looking at this and I'm like, wait. Forget the guys for a second. Am I selling this too short? I'm thinking they just gonna drop the album, give us what we want. And it sure seemed like from these titles, because at the end of the day, if the Rap Roundtable knows how Nas fans are going to react to things, you don't think Nas knows how his fans are going to react to things? You put this track list out, you don't think he knows how they're going to respond to this shit? So when I look at that, I'm like, he knows what he's doing. And I'm starting to, like, I shifted gears with this track list. I went into it again, legacy acts, whatever. This is starting to feel like the intentionality that we got from the Hit Boy series, where Nas knew he had some gas and he had nothing to lose. He could do what he want. He could say what he want, because when the album drops, it's going to be fire. And if you're doing this, I don't have any trepidation. I would say my expectations have increased, at this point. I'm not looking at even if it's quote air quote not what it should be to a Nas fan. I get the feeling that it's not gonna miss. This album is not gonna be a miss. That's what I'm getting from this track list. Now I could be wrong. You know, they say don't judge songs by album titles, but because we know how Nas has operated, bro, the last 3 to 4 years specifically when it comes to his releases, I have no concerns. You listen to the features, you know Nas is in shape. You know, even Third Childhood, I disagree with the Jim Jones of it all. I think this is Nas speaking about himself.
Yeah.
I think this is Nas's. Because you think about it, Nasty, Esco, Nasir. Then the last track is Third Childhood. I think Nasir, because Nasty was a childhood era for him. Esco, his prime, could have been his second childhood because he learned a lot of lessons during that time. Made friends, lost his mom, so on and so forth during that Esco era. Now we in the Nasir era where he's doing everything he's ever wanted to do as an artist, free of the stresses of record labels. All of these albums we get, this is the 7th album we're gonna get from Nas in the last 3-4 years, and these are all albums that he did without the stressors of a record label. This is his shit. This is how he want to sound. You know, welcome to the underground. This is the underground artist you could say that he's always wanted to be. So I look at the Third Childhood as like, I'm in my third childhood because I'm liberated. I don't got nothing to worry about. Y'all can't call me broke. Y'all can't call me a sellout. I'm putting off with my niggas that I came up with through the industry. We selling out shows. My label is popping. I gave y'all the Big L album. I gave y'all what's her name? Slick Rick's album. I'm giving y'all everything, my fan base in particular, everything y'all ever wanted from the cloth to be. I'm delivering that. So I look at Third Childhood as like, bro, he's like that 50-plus-year-old man that's looking around like, yo, he's appreciating life right now. Like, I did it. He probably had a moment, and we probably gonna hear about it on this album, but he looked around like, y'all, I'm good. Mm-hmm. Life is good, pun intended. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It ain't no nasty rumors about him. It ain't no what is it, like media takeout or whatever the gossip blogs are right now. Nas with some woman that thinks is going left. Anytime you hear Nas in the news, he's winning. So I look at this track list and I look at the brazenness of titling some of these songs the way they're titled. I look at it and I'm like, yo, he might have some heat. He knows something that we don't know. And we talk about that on this Wednesday's album where we kind of predict what we think the album is going to sound like. But to say we pass it back to you, maybe you could talk Dini off the ledge because our brother is concerned. Make sure you roll up before you press play on at midnight on Thursday.
Yeah, man.
Tied down, tried and laid to the side, bro.
The one thing I like, I don't want to put too many hopes, you know, onto this album, my own personal hopes. But the one thing I do hope is that they start off the album with that same Flight Time sample that they started off with New York State of Mind, because they used it on New York State of Mind 1 and New York State of Mind 2. Y'all know what I'm talking about, the that, like, that sample. I like if they incorporate that somewhere like early in the album, preferably on the intro on the first song, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. You know what I mean? Because that's how I'm gonna know like they're not playing with this album. But I wanted to circle back to a point that Jarv made about you know, not having to deal with label expectations. And I think that's I think that's where this album is really going to deliver. And how Nas has been delivering up to now with Hit Boy, just because he's making music because he wants to, and he wants to make the music that he loves and that his fans are gonna love, you know. And I think Nas is really, as much as he's not like, you know, like chronically online or anything like that, I think he pays attention to the important things, and I think that he's paying very close attention to what his fans are saying, especially after the 6-peat, the 2-3-peats, I should say, and I think I think that's where his focus is, and I think that's the energy that he's bringing into, and the mindset that he's bringing into this album. I'm not gonna lie. I did see 15 tracks and think, oh, okay, because I was expecting like a max 12, right? I was really thinking, all right, like a little, like 10 songs, maximum 12 songs. He went for 15. I'm like, all right, so that tells me there was just shit that they didn't feel like cutting. They didn't want to cut it because it was so dope, you know. So that's where I think Nas's mind state is with this album. It's like he's at a point in his life where he doesn't have to chase any sound. He doesn't have to chase radio. He doesn't have to feel like he has to gain any new fans that hasn't rocked with him for his 30 years. He's like, yo, you've been sincere. You've been rocking with me for 30 years. I'm giving you this album. This album is for you. And that's where I think his mindset is. I think that's where Primo's mindset is too. And I think, you know, yeah, man, that's how I feel that this album's gonna play out, man. It's gonna be like just for us and nobody else. And that's a beautiful thing. That's a very freeing thing for an artist. You know, I don't think Nas has ever felt this kind of artistic freedom before. Before you know the Hit Boy run, and now the Mass Appeal. You know, this was his own brainchild. He didn't have to do this. He was like, yo, let me get De La Soul and you know, Slick Rick and Raekwon and Ghostface, and let me make an album run with these guys, you know, and then let me culminate it with my own album with DJ Premier. Like that's there's so much freedom in that. That speaks to the artistic freedom that you know, that artistic free zone that he's in right now. And I think, you know, only good can come of that.
Right. And it's like the audacity of you know, playing into the you know, the classic Nas tropes. It's like you say, the sequels to the song, the nasty Nas Esco, like that the name of that song, right? The AZ feature, like he's playing into his classic shit. Like if he was running from it, maybe I would be nervous, right? But the fact that he like it's like Nas is aware. If he's proven more than anything in this most recent run he's proven that he is very aware. You know what I mean? I think Jay-Z has always gotten that title of like, oh, Jay-Z is tapped in. He knows what's going on. I think Nas proved that he's, you know, that he's that way with the Hit Boy run. So the fact that he's like, nah, I'm not running from it. You know what I'm saying? It's like when MJ in his last year rock the ones at MSG. You know what I mean? Like if I'm like I'm playing into it. You know what I'm saying? Like so I have no choice but to execute at the highest level. And so I'm sorry. You know, I'm convinced, bro. I'm convinced. I don't think that, you know, I mentioned Jay-Z. It's like, would Jay-Z put, you know, a sequel to Can I Live on his newest album? You know what I'm saying? Would, you know, like the fact that he's not nervous to say, yeah, I'm going there, makes me feel like, nah, it's some heat. And with the way these Mass Appeal albums have gone, they've been not only great music, but meticulously put together, cohesive production, a great track listing, just the, like great bodies of work, not just at this point in these artists' career, but great albums in their entire discography. That Mobb Deep can go against a lot of Mobb Deep albums. That De La can go against a lot of De La albums. You know what I mean?
That's
so it's like the fact that the creativity in the process that was going along with those albums, we know for a fact is going along with these albums. It make me feel like there's a lot of cloth niggas in the room. There's a lot of real niggas in the room. So if it wasn't that, I feel somebody would step up and say, nah, you can't name it New York State of Mind 3. Name it something else. You know what I'm saying? Nah, like throw another AZ ain't got it no more. You know what I mean? Throw somebody else up there. So
and Primo was very recently on the Rap Radar, if they even call it Rap Radar anymore. But they were on recently because Primo and Ransom were interviewed by 2T's and B Dot, and in part of that interview, Premier admitted that he hears the chatter that's going on the internet about like his production and he's lost a step and whatever. So like he's also very aware, you know, and to see some of the production that he had on the Ransom album, and then to hear the production that he had on the De La album,
Yeah,
you got to figure he's saving the A folder for Nasir Jones.
Yep.
You have to figure that. You know what I mean? If he gave Ransom heat and he gave De La heat,
yeah.
you got to figure, you know, Nas is gonna get the super
Creme de la creme joints.
A-list super heat. You know, gotta be.
Nah, I believe that 100%. Again, at the very least, you have to allow grace to what's taking place, like Mesito just mentioned. If these guys are putting out high caliber music, and we celebrated Mobb Deep for having Prodigy sound in a way he hadn't sounded in a minute before his passing. So that attention to detail, and that's something that we appreciate a lot. Most actual hip hop / rap fans love attention to detail. Sometimes we do like volume when our artists just put music out at a high clip, but we also like when they take time to nurture that music. Think about little things, find connective tissue from album to album, little relics that we would notice. So if it means that it takes a little bit longer, in this case, dropping it at the end of the year after announcing it, well didn't that Define My Name drop like last year, like spring?
Up for a while, bro.
Yeah, it was
like a year and a half ago, no?
year and a half at least. Yeah.
Let me know in the chat, like when can someone go to your Apple Music or Spotify? Give me the exact date Define My Name drop.
I feel like it was like April or something.
You know,
April 2024.
So you get that from the time they announced that album to now December 12th, 2025. It's rare that albums get announced that far in advance. Because when Define My Name dropped after the announcement, we thought we was getting that album late last year.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
A year ago, we thought we might have gotten that album. So it's clear that time has been taken. The curation period has been very intentional, to use that word again. And I'm curious about what it sounds like. I'm looking forward to it, man. I think we haven't had an event album, like a true event release, because it's big releases than there's event releases. I hope y'all know the difference.
Right.
I think Clips the last event album for this particular corner of hip hop. So
Absolutely.
This is a very important album, April 19th, 2024. Look how long ago that song dropped.
Yeah.
And the album is now coming out. Year and a half later. Speaking of the Clips, hit the like button, hit the subscribe option, hit the notification bell. You know, of course, when this stream is done, or if you're now tuning into the stream, go to the comment area, swipe and hype. For those who have access to the hype button, we know that some of y'all still don't. Y'all probably haven't updated y'all YouTube in a minute. But make sure you swipe and hype. Speaking of the Clips, Pusha T says diss songs are done. I find that to be very interesting coming from Pusha T. A few weeks ago, he was talking about apologizing for dissing Travis Scott, and not apologizing, but saying, you know what, he didn't have to do that. And I came right here on the platform, and I was like, you really didn't have to do that, because once the rollout picked up momentum, no one was thinking about Travis or a Scott, or a Travis Scott put together, or a Scott Travis. We didn't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I feel like he thought that he had to play them games. Maybe the early Def Jam era before Rock Nation got involved, he felt like he had to play them games to get some traction. But now to read these comments coming out that he thinks diss songs are done, it's like what's up with you, Pusha T? Like, I'm not trying to judge Pusha, because he's Pusha T of all the active artists. He's my favorite rapper. Like, Jay-Z's Hall of Fame for me. I don't look at him in that way. Like, when he comes outside, I'm gonna be geek, but he's not active to me. It's Pusha T, it's Schoolboy for me personally, as far as active rappers goes. So for him to make this comment, I'm just gonna read it off to you guys, and then I want to get y'all reactions.
Sure.
Pusha T says he's done with diss tracks. It's kind of dead to me. I've kind of been through that chapter, and I'm over it. I'm somewhere right now where I don't even want to make music with other people. Nevertheless, have anybody else in my music or be the focus of my music. What are we doing right here with Clips is, to me, so next level. I feel like the taste level is above everything else. Even being caught up in the world of it. He says, I don't even like the world of people, of the back and forth. if I don't see eye to eye with you, there's probably things I don't want to be there about. You know what I'm saying? He also goes on to say, it's kind of dead to me. It's the ransom of what a diss track used to be. There's a clear winner. Somebody would really bow out, and then that's it. The last man standing. Now it's just a whole bunch of noise. Even after we find winners, it's still noise. And it's like, then what's it for? So now it kind of sounds like he's talking about the aftermath of what took place with Drake and Kendrick, as far as Kendrick, clear unanimous victor, but there was still so much noise from the opposite side, the rapper, the fans, the media, that he feels like it's pointless. Mint Game Network says that Pusha T is trolling. Reading these comments, that don't sound like no trolly shit to me personally. Maybe he is, but it just doesn't read that way to me. Besito OVO Mace, he's kind of talking to your guys and people of your ilk. Sorry to say you are the best Drake fan alive, but nevertheless, he's still talking to your people.
This is true.
What do you say to that?
And I know it's gonna sound kind of crazy coming from me, or not even kind of crazy, probably expected. But Push sounds a little disingenuous here to me. I'm gonna be honest. Jav, you already hit the 3-pointer from half court. You just was dissing on this album. Like you were dissing, like, or this classic album, this maybe future Grammy Award winning album that we all love. You're dissing on there, bro. So it's like, when did you decide that you felt that way? Last week? So that part of it seems like, all right, Push, like, and even like what he says, diss tracks used to do this and do that. I feel like Busy B is the only nigga, and Ja Rule is the only two niggas that ever had their careers ended by disses. Cannabis. Everybody says Cannabis had a better diss than LL. It's his trash music that he dropped afterwards that killed Cannabis's career. Jay and Nas, we know what happened there. Biggie and Pac is the most non-wax battle ever. It wasn't really about disses there. Game and G Unit. You know what I mean? Everybody went around their way and did what they think still. Gucci and Jeezy. Like most battles, your fan base still likes you. You know what I mean? That is what it is. If you have the bigger fan base, then more people will continue to like you. That's just kind of how it goes. So I don't even buy the whole, this is used to be career ending and this is used to be niggas used to gracefully bow out. I don't think so, to be honest with you. Like niggas have always been mad when they lost battles. Like, gracefully, like, or just bowed out
gracefully
because,
bowed out.
Let me get on to the next thing. Drake has handled it worse than everybody, but that don't mean everybody else handled it great. So it's a little bit off base for me. Push, you've created some of the greatest diss tracks ever. You know what I'm saying? Like objectively, Story of Adidon and the joint he dropped on Wayne back in 2012. I'm missing the name of it right now, but those are two of the greatest disses ever. So. They didn't necessarily, end anybody's career, but we all love those, right? We all acknowledge Push packed up Wayne, Push packed up Drake. We admitted those in real time. So I don't know. I'm not getting exactly where it comes from. I get Push kind of, him being done with the industry and saying I don't want to put nobody's name in my music. I think that goes into how Push has been feeling a little while. More from the Kanye situation than any type of, diss situation. Just him being fed up with talking about people and people talking about him. I feel like that's where his anger comes from in that situation. He's gonna troll Drake for the rest of eternity. You know what I mean? So that is what it is. You lose a battle, you can get trolled. But just the whole thing in general, it's a little disingenuous, Push, because your most recent work has disses on it.
Beanie, talk to me. What do you think about Push's comments?
I was literally thinking the same thing. I'm like, yo, the Whips and Chains verse is not a diss record, bro. Like, you run from the spirit of repossession. He's not talking to somebody. Like,
admittedly, that was like 3 years ago when they recorded. Yeah.
I mean, no, I'm talking about the joint he just did with Kendrick.
Yeah, that's like 2-3 years ago that they recorded that. Yeah,
they still made the album.
Put it out. I understand.
Like Jarv gave you the whole thing on how this shit. How the process works, bro. This shit made it to the cutting room. Like at the end of the day, bro, this is just a little disgruntledness towards Drake still. And this is not coming this is just like, bro, you diss people in your music. And we just seen maybe the biggest diss in hip hop last year. You know what I'm saying? Drake, is he completely toast? But I mean, the nigga, it's not the same. The records aren't moving off the shelf. He can't go everywhere and just be the man like he used to be. There's been definite like consequences to the end of this battle. He just maybe he wanted the Ja Rule effect. Maybe he wanted him to get all the way out of here. You get what I'm saying? That just don't happen anymore. Like May said it. Like I can't really think anyone who gracefully bowed out and said, "Hey, bro, you got it," and just gave up the goose. Everyone tried to come back. Everyone tried to do it again. It just that niggas ain't. Shout out to J. Cole. You know what I'm saying? It just that niggas wasn't fucking with it. At the end of the day, bro.
No, I don't even put Cole in that. Cole chatted about himself. He ain't even get R.I.P. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he
did
tried
that
though. Whatever that whack record was that he tried
rage,
with.
He rage quit. He turned the game on. You know what I mean?
Whack shit. But like Pusha got to let this one go, man. I don't think it's trolling. I just think like his dislike for Drake. I think he just wants Drake completely the fuck out of here. Yeah. And the fact that this 5 Grammy nominated winning diss track, you know, has not done it. You know, and the fact he's still in the background, kind of like surviving a little bit. I think that got Pusha feeling type. Did he just diss Travis Scott on the record the other day? You know what I'm saying? Like, so I can't say he's
on
not
the same
cool.
album.
He's not cool with dissing niggas. It's just more like I just think the outcome he wants. You know, he's old school. He's from the era where like you did some sucker shit, you were checked on it. You get what I'm saying? Like nowadays, sucker shit kind of exists and permeates and it's very prevalent with everything that's going on. I think he's seeing that from the artist that he is like, nah, like back in the days after this kind of outcome of the battle, this person will be toast. But it's just not like that anymore. Like today, the fan base, like the internet has made, like if your fan base fucks with you, bro, they fucks with you. It's a different level of than back in the days. Like they know what you're doing, they know what you're thinking, they're locked in with you in a different way that they just weren't. I think Pusha T just fell away towards Drake. You know what I'm saying? This is all, and this is the problem with people who saying everything about Drake. Y'all can't keep doing that. Can't constantly keep making him the man in y'all situations. You know what I'm saying? If the nigga really don't matter, I don't even know why Pusha even had to say this. You know, I would have just not even said this. Because it really makes no sense coming from him. You know.
Since here the rap song, the floor is yours.
This is where I understand where Push is coming from. Because he's not of the golden era, but he's got that old golden era cloth lineage to him, you know. Mm-hmm. And he sees things as, you know, as how they used to be. You know, Mace made a good point. All right, like more modern battles. You know, the fan bases are still what they are, and for the most part, most artists come out the other side still succeeding, still kind of relatively unscathed. You might be a little tattered, a few cuts and bruises or whatever. You heal up and then you push forward. But there was a time when if you lost a battle, we packed you up as a culture, you know. KRS-One versus MC Shan, South Bronx versus The Bridge. Like MC Shan was packed up. LL Cool J versus Kool Moe Dee. Kool Moe Dee packed the fuck up. You know, there were you know a good number of battles that were like that back in the day. You know, and I think that's where Pusha T is sort of like that's where his mind frame is. And so, like, you know, I think that's one big part of it. I think the other part of it is what you guys have been talking about, and it's that in this new era, your fan bases are pretty locked in. You know what I mean? They dig their heels in, and you're not moving them out off of that spot. And so, you know, in his mind, he's thinking like, yo, like Kendrick really exposed Drake for the true sucker that he is. And on top of that, Drake turned around and sued the record label because of the success of Kendrick's diss, which should have been, in his mind, career-ending in and of itself. If that didn't end his career, the lawsuit that followed that should have surely ended his career. Like, nobody should be looking at Drake like, oh, I can't wait for, you know, some new music. But fans are still going to be fans, and they're you know, their heels are pretty dug in. And so I'm I'm sure he's looking at that like, all right, so then what's it really all for then? Like you expose a guy, you show the world that he's a sucker. The sucker shows the entire world himself how much of a sucker he is, right? Because if the first exposure of the suckerness didn't do its job, now he's gonna double down on the sucker shit and be a double sucker. And still in all, he's gonna have the fans, and he's gonna get the headlines. Complex is still gonna be like, yo, the Iceman rollout, and what's Iceman gonna sound like? Here's the Iceman album cover. And so I'm sure Pusha T is like, yo, what's it all for? What do we even do this for anymore? You know what I mean? Like, if you show the world what a sucker somebody is, and the world is just gonna turn a blind eye, all right, then fuck it. Fuck diss tracks. I get it. Like, I get where he's coming from. And to Mason's point earlier, like, when did he decide this? Last week? Yeah, maybe. It might have been last week. The album came out how many months ago? Whips and Chains was recorded how many years ago? He might have decided this last week. He might have just had an epiphany and said, you know what? This tracks, what do we even have them for anymore? If nobody's, if nobody's going to pay attention to, like, when we expose somebody as a sucker, they're still going to support the sucker. What's it all for then?
You know what? I want to make it clear. Sim makes a strong point, and on the surface, I don't disagree with what Pusha T said. Pusha T needs to be like on First Take or something. He did that thing where, like, you say a bunch of facts, so it's like, in theory, it's hard to argue with said facts because it's true. Like, this songs are based on how he framed it. Diss songs are dead. Diss songs don't take people out. People are still clamoring, so on and so forth. He made a lot of strong points. But coming off the heels where a month ago, you were saying, you know what, yeah, I ain't have to diss Travis. Coming off the heels of the album where you diss Jim Jones, albeit a 2-year-old or 1-year-old song, and Travis Scott was minding his own business when he got dissed. It wasn't like there was some subtweets that flew out. Travis Scott was somewhere at WrestleMania, nigga. Here come Pusha T. Travis Scott chilling with The Rock and Triple H, and then here come Pusha T doing some WWE shit. So it's like, I guess for me, if I'm just keeping score, I'm just looking at it like, yes, Pusha T, you are right. But sometimes, and I hate to be that guy because I fall victim to this. Sometimes the messenger doesn't have the right to deliver that message. I'm sorry. If this was in 2026, like July 2026, and he's like, you know what? I think dissing is corny now, yo. Like, I'm off that. I would respect that. But a few months ago, you were trying to roll your album out with a diss. The most viral part of your NPR Tiny Desk situation was the Jim Jones diss. Niggas was running that virally during the rollout.
Like this. Giving a nigga work. Like,
so for me, it's like, for you to now, in this interview to end off the year, tell me you want some kumbaya shit. And I say this as a fan because you are my current favorite rapper. I gotta call bullshit. Like, you can't say that. Malice can say that, but you can't say that. You've been in too much shit. You've been in the middle of too much shit. You are in that. You're not even. You know that some people are like you could say Kendrick Lamar. At the end of the day, I don't think he was the lead antagonist of that battle. He became the protagonist of the story, but Drake was the antagonist. I'd say J. Cole was the lead antagonist. Just based on the bar breakdown, because we know how to decipher bars, J. Cole was throwing bombs right before Kenny got in the ring with Big Me.
Oh, Kenny this is true. Yeah,
Kenny was responding to them niggas. Pusha T's an antagonist. He's never been the victim in a battle. He has been the antagonist because there's no battle. Because even the Drake shit, Drake caught strays because Wayne didn't want to fight. Remember?
Ultimately, yeah.
And Wayne was stealing sauce. Yes, Wayne was stealing sauce. But Wayne wasn't walking around stealing the sauce and said that he created the sauce. He was just stealing it. Here go Mr. Me Too, antagonist, making fun of the nigga in a music video. And then that lasted for years until Drake inherited the beef. Again, Travis Scott is at WrestleMania. Literally, I'm not making this up. He's in the WWE coming through crowds. Here go Pusha T. Talking about some shit that happened like 2 years ago with his baby moms. Travis Scott ain't asked to be dissed. He just minded his business. Now the Jim Jones thing, Jim Jones is the only person I can say where he was the antagonist, him being Jim Jones, and Pusha T responded. But Pusha T's response was so salacious that you almost forget that it was Capo that started it because he really stomped on him. So it's like, this is not the quote we want to hear from you. You sound like one of them niggas that did a lot of felonious shit, went to jail for 20 years, came home, and then you just want to be on your good guy vibes. And I respect that. It's much like when I worked in schools and they had the bad kids, they would get suspended, they get sent to the suspension site, then they would see me and be like, yo, I'm on my school shit now, bro. Facts. It's like March, school year soon over anyway, nigga. But yeah, I'm on my school shit now, you know? And that's what it sounds like to me. Pusha T is on his school shit now. He's chilling now. He's won. He's surrounded by winners. It's nothing to worry or talk about. I'm gonna beat up everybody. In fact, I look at the landscape. I don't think there's a rapper who can actually beat me anyway. So I'm on my school shit now. That's how I see it.
Listen, they performed at the Vatican. Maybe
he got touched by the Most High.
He got a little enlightenment in him. Maybe.
He got touched by the Spirit.
No, I'm just fucking. No. I'm just fucking with
the grace of God.
Vatican is no place to achieve enlightenment.
Stop. Like I said, I would respect it more if it wasn't like directly linked to Drake. I just would respect it more. It kind of comes off like the 50 with the everything Diddy. I hate Diddy, and you realize, no wonder you hate Diddy. You know what I'm saying?
If you had to make a fan duel right now, would you bet that Pusha T was never gonna diss somebody again? He's gonna be dissing.
Oh, he's going back on this like
that's a nasty
in a couple
parlay.
Weeks, bro.
I'm gonna hedge it.
Cycle.
I'm gonna hedge it because
parlay,
I think that somebody's gonna try pushing. This time he'll be responding. I don't think he'll be the lead antagonist in the story anymore. If the right rapper has something to say, he'll say something back. That's where I'm at with it.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Last segment before we get up out of here. Again, hit the like button, hit the subscribe option, hit the notification bell, log in to all things Rap Roundtable. We got the Monday Night Football game on right now. I'm in one group chat where somebody's talking about Jalen Hurts being trash, and then I look over here and Mint Game Network says the same thing at the same time. So Jalen Hurts must be stinking it up right now. But anyway, speaking of stinking it up, OVO is in shambles.
Uh-oh.
I see Top 5 is trying to friend up TDE affiliates because Drake supposedly posted a picture with Top 5's op. And I'm like, I guess the Iceman streams weren't working. So we got to pivot away from the stream rollout and get back to being messy. And what better way to be messy than to beef with the top op of the world, Top 5, niggas getting boomed in England and whatnot, or Europe. I don't remember if it was England or not, but it was in Europe getting boomed in his neck or whatever. Mesito, like, what's going on? Drake and wasn't Top 5 his lead soldier when Kendrick was coming to Toronto a few months ago? Now they on the outs during an album rollout season. What's the word?
I mean, yeah, Joe, he was, right? But then something happened to him out in London and he lost his spot, bro. You know what I'm saying? Listen, Top 5 was supposed to be the toughest guy on the block. And then, as the company man said, he got diced up in the UK. Drake, it's clear to me that I don't think this is a rollout. I think he's been cut off. I think the checks have stopped. The reach outs have stopped. What preceded this was Drake posting Presser, his album that just dropped, which has a Top 5 diss on there. And rumor has it wasn't the UK guys who did that to Top 5 in out where he was. It was Presser's guys. They were both out there at the same time. That's how they're trying to tie it together. So Drake is essentially co-signing the dudes that did what they did to him. So I don't look at it as a rollout. I just look at it as, you've been cut off, so now you gotta uh, uh, act like this. You know what I mean? You gotta act like I never liked the guy anyway. You know what I mean? Top five, we know he's here for the antics. We know he's shameless. We know he, will do anything for attention, and that's what's going on here. He's hitting up Hitter J3 in the DMs, talk
Yeah.
about I don't like that weirdo. Like it's clear that bro
boy.
is crying for attention and really upset about what's going on. I think Drake, you know he kind of deserves this, right? Because I think anybody who was half sane at the time said this ain't gonna end well with top five, bro. Like he's eventually all of the clout chasing he does, he's
Mm-hmm.
gonna you're gonna be the victim of that, and that's what's going on, right? So simultaneously, Drake, you know. Your bad decisions have been following you for how long now? This is just another case of that on his part. On top five's part, I wish I could say that I thought that him and Drake were cleverly saying, this is how we gonna stay in the algo. But I think this is really a falling out between the two. It's not like top five was some sort of guy that Drake grew up with that's been around for forever. I think Drake identified top five and the crew that he represents as being strong in the streets out where he's from. And that's where he, linked up with him. And once they failed on the street front, he, did what he does behind the
Wait,
scenes
wait.
and pretend.
Hold on. So you telling me a street nigga can't get poked? Like, ain't that part
Um,
of the job description?
You
listen,
dig?
not by the other guys that you be with. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it could happen, but Drake. This is this that's logic. That's logical, right? But Drake is not a guy who grew up with these guys, right? Drake is
Mm.
literally using these guys as a pawn. He's not treating them how we would treat them, right? So he's just looking at it as, oh, I'm gonna drop these guys and get with the guys that won on the street level. I'm not saying that's necessarily a good idea either, but I do think that's what happened.
Mm. Deanie the Balance, our Bronx representative, who has a keen understanding of street culture. I don't understand. You get cut off again, poked up in the street. Yeah, how we know he ain't get caught lacking? Maybe it's his back was turned. Like, what's going on? Like, I don't think Drake should
This
be
post,
playing these type of games. He's a rapper. He's not a street nigga. Like, what are we doing here?
like truth be told, like from my little vantage point, this is essentially what happens when a nigga outlives his usefulness, bro. That's all this is. Like
Oh,
you are my connection to the streets. People know I fuck with the shooter. It gives me you know what I'm saying, low props. We can't just run over there and fuck with Drake. Top five of them in the corner lurking. So it's like little street cred. But at the same time, wasn't he bailing him out of jail and all that? But you taking pictures with the nigga ops. I thought them niggas was cool back in the days, personally. The presser and the top five nigga. I thought they were actually
Damn.
go ahead, Sam.
decent. I guess something
Deanie connection
happened in between that time.
Oh,
But they're not
OBO,
decent
OBO
anymore.
sent
But
the
to go on the
viruses
internet
to
and play not like
Deanie's
us, bro,
internet.
all that shit.
I'm trying to mute it and I can't. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Deanie, log back out and log back in.
Yeah, you cutting out. No, like I look at the situation. I'm like, to quote Prodigy, use a woman. Why are these grown ass men handling shit like high school mean girls, bro? I don't understand. Like every time a topic like this comes up, such and such is cool with such and such. Oh, they had a falling out. Now they go into Instagram and they throwing shots at each other. Oh, there's subliminals and there's a caption here and there's a story over there.
Mm-hmm.
Drake posting with top five's op, and now top five is showing Kendrick love, as if Kendrick even cares about any of this nonsense. Like, y'all out here moving like women, bro. Like, get out of here. Like, not even women, bro. Girls. Yeah. Y'all out here moving like
little girls,
high school girls, man. Like mean girls. Like, cut that shit out, bro. Grow a pair and grow the fuck up.
Bro said I've been listening to Not Like Us every day or some shit like that. You know what I mean? I was like,
Jesus
what?
Christ, bro.
Deanie, what were you saying before you started to cut out?
happening again. I
Like, all
think,
that
man.
shit, all that shit,
Damn.
like that's what I was going. All that shit is girly to me, bro. Like, yo, the Canadians got me.
Now you valid.
Damn. Y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
My shit cooked.
You good,
What the
Dane?
fuck? All right.
I
Cool.
don't
Like,
think you can hear us.
all girly shit, bro. Now I can hear y'all niggas. You can hear me?
Okay.
Yeah, you
Oh,
valid.
so
All
there's a
girly
lag.
shit,
Go,
bro.
go.
You can cook.
Like, all girly shit. Like, I'm not a fan of none of that, bro. Like, if me and y'all niggas fell out today, I'm not gonna be on the internet trolling niggas. All that shit to me is just girly, bro. Like, I've never been on that type of time. I think these like Drake is 40. Like, I don't take pictures with niggas ops if I'm clearly like that's my man's and I know for sure y'all niggas just hate each other. I'm not doing that, bro. Like, I just think maybe Drake said, I have more vantage point fucking with this pressure nigga because top 5, who are you? You know what I'm saying? Like, this guy has an album coming out. He's making moves. I'm not a big Pressure fan, but I know who the nigga is. You know what I'm saying? For making music, like, what do we know top 5 for? You get what I'm saying? It sounds like Drake just aligning himself where it benefits, and top 5 is kind of left in the cold, and that's where you were gonna be left in, bro, because you were doing too much. You was making the block hot. Like, niggas don't mind. Like, if you were boosting the rep with your toughness or whatever, niggas don't mind keeping you around for that. But once your toughness starts to fuck with like shit I got going on, I gotta let you go. And you can't tell me that all the wilding out shit that top 5 was doing, all the threats, all the bugging out, all the shooting shit or whatever was not fucking up the package for Drake. What's up? When the boys come through knocking on doors, they're not gonna come looking for this nigga. They can come to Drake. Hey, what's up with your mans, bro? I just think, but the back and forth shit on the internet to me, bro, between dudes that might make up and be cool again next week. Sad, bro. Straight feminine ways. I can't get behind it, man.
And you know what? I guess you could look at it from a situation of there was a whole lot of hype around Kendrick coming to Toronto, and that was in the top 5. Drake relationship was at its peak as far as internet viability goes. Kenny came through there, rocked out. Wasn't it 2 nights in the Sky Dome?
Yep.
2 nights in the Sky Dome.
Yeah, back to back.
Nothing of note took place. Then you go overseas, you get poked up. So now it's like it's loss on top of loss. I guess for me, it's just a matter of Drake is not a street guy. I don't even think he's remotely tough. I don't think that's his body for real. I don't think that's who he is. I don't think that's what he portrays. But I know you got to keep a certain kind of element around you to stay safe. But I feel like Drake, because I think he's kind of created the mess because he wants to dabble in that world. Like if Drake would have stayed like Caesar on the face, 5 o'clock shadow Drake and just saying and whatnot, he wouldn't need to even be in no top 5 conversations. But because he decided to delve into that, and sometimes guys have metamorphoses as they get more money, they get more influence, they have newer people around them. They tend to believe that, or maybe somebody tried to rob Drake and he ain't respect the jokes, because these things do happen. And then you got to change the people around you. If you don't respect the jokes and they go left, you might need some street niggas around you to protect you. But that don't mean you got to start cosplaying the street guy or the Toronto mob boss, Ray. You know what I'm saying? Because I just became mad West Indian just now. I'm sorry. But we seen the boxing videos, right? We've seen Drake, like his hands don't work for real. You know what I mean? We saw them videos. If that's how you fight, just make music. Stop. Because the thing is, I feel like that can backbite you. Because top 5, it's not an industry guy. He's a street guy. And he became popular being a street guy. And if you keep playing like that, it's always one crash dummy away. You're one crash dummy away from being it didn't have to go like that. Oh, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. We've seen it with notable artists. Rest in peace, Nipsey. Nipsey was a real street nigga. But he ran into a crash dummy.
Keeping it real, actually. You know what I'm saying?
A crash dummy took him from us.
Yeah.
And Drake, you keep playing and you putting money on people and you dipping and dodging. A top 5 or a top 5 little young homie might feel away like you play with my mans like that. He might catch you slipping somewhere. It might be at a Raptors game because crash outs don't care where it happens.
They don't. Actually, the bigger the more notoriety you get too. So
facts. You courtside, you and Chubbs will going back to y'all valet vehicles and some crasher come and try to hawk you up. Then what? Like, stop playing these games. Let the street niggas be the street niggas. Like let's relax. Like top 5 shouldn't even be a talking point. Does he rap,
Right.
Mace? Does he make music?
Yeah, you do.
Should be silent, to be
Is-
honest.
is-
We
is
shouldn't
Ash?
know he's the shooter.
It's
That should
ass
be
to
part of
me.
the
I ain't
step.
gonna lie. Dean, maybe you can send me some joints you like. It's all ass to me, bro. Make the stallion video. You feel me?
Oh
Oh,
shit!
that's what I asked.
But to that end, like, you know,
Crazy, though.
in all the conversations that we've had regarding Drake in the past, you know, year and a half or so, like, we've come to the conclusion that he doesn't always like fully understand Black American culture. You know, he doesn't fully understand street culture. You know, and like he you know, these are the things that you don't want to play around with. Like he thinks it's all fun and games. You know, he thinks it's all, you know, for the gram, and like, you know, I just got to play this part and blah blah. Like you don't understand really what you're playing with. You don't understand, like, you know, street culture here in the States. Like, you don't want to play with that, bro. You know, it's just like there's always this feeling with Drake where like he doesn't fully comprehend the severity of like what he's doing and what he's playing around with. You know,
I think ultimately, I get where you coming from, Sim, but I think it's more of a cleansing to get away from a nigga like Top 5, even if it's an ugly break. I think it's a net positive. I feel like it's the best thing he's done since Stop Fucking with Yachty, to be honest with you, to get back to his actual life. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
Gotta clear the
so
decks,
I
man.
think it's a win ultimately. You know what I mean? We don't know what'll happen in the future, but I
oh
think
yeah, no, I feel that. I'm just saying, like, you know, he shouldn't have been fucking with him in the first place.
for sure
You
was
know?
a bozo move. That was, you
Street
know,
cred.
Listen,
that was
let's
Wagwan Delilah vibes.
facts. Let's pack this entire era up. I don't want to hear about Top 5 anymore. I want Top 5 to go back to just being a relic of the academic streams, where he was a talking point over there for those people who like those sort of things. I don't want that to bleed over. He shouldn't even be popping like that, like, at all. No disrespect to him, but if your music is not that good and you getting grace or you getting heat off of Drake, man, look, move around. Go back to your life as a street nigga, making your records. And let's not even, I'm not mentioning the Top 5 on this pod anymore. Unless something crazy happens involving Drake, I will never say that name on this platform again. Can we agree to that?
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm with it. I'm
Only
with
time
it.
we mention the top 5 is Kiss.
Or power rankings or top 5 rappers when we do our year-end list.
You
Which this
know?
year is gonna be interesting. It's been a very interesting year. Some people that just didn't come outside this year.
Yeah.
So we got some work to do with that list. But anyway, let's take this home. We've covered all our bases. If you haven't by now, hit the like button, hit the subscribe option, hit the notification bell. If you're watching this after the stream is already off the air, go to the comment area, swipe to the left, hit the hype option along with everything else we just asked you to do. Everything we asked you to do is free, by the way. People be real stingy with these likes. I don't understand it. They be real
Please.
stingy with hitting the like button. It's free. It costs you nothing. We need to get back to 500 likes on each and every video. Even if we have 1,000 views on the video, which rarely happens, if ever. I don't remember the last time we were there.
Wow.
But if 1,000 independent people press play, just hit the like button right after that. It's right there. You know what I mean? So hit the like button. 500 likes on every video. Swipe and hype. Hit the subscribe option. We need 30. We try to get to 30,000 subs. We're not going to make it by the end of the year, but each and every subscribing person hitting that subscribe option, very, very important for us and the branding going forward.
Sure.
Lock in the All Things Rap
Yeah.
Roundtable. We got a couple of super chats to get to before we wrap up. We got Mike H with the $10 holler. Week in and week out, Mike H puts his money where his keyboard is.
That's the
Salute
homie, man.
to Mike H. He's supported the brand in every viable way possible. Much love, Mike H.
Long time too.
Jermaine L. Johnson, another week in and week out supporter.
Man,
My only
JLJ.
criticism is that Nas is not doing a proper rollout. Don't just drop a fire album and walk away. Treat it like the special event that it is. But if this is Welcome to the Underground, he don't got to do a rollout. Underground niggas don't need to roll out. They just put the music out for their fans.
Let me jump in here.
Maybe
Nas and DJ Premier need a rollout. Nas and DJ Premier, their names are the rollout.
But maybe this could be the thing that segues into the tour for next year. You know what I'm saying? Imagine that Mass Appeal tour. All those same heads we seen on the road,
And also,
bro.
there's a whole pop-up shop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There was a whole slew of albums leading up to this. That's not part of the rollout. That's all
This is the
part
one-
of
this
the
is the one
rollout.
And I
closing
think
the
if
deal,
if
man.
we look at how Mass Appeal has done things, Ghostface did a slew of interviews. Raekwon was everywhere when he dropped. Like I think when the album actually drops, we should
He'll be
expect to
out.
see him more active.
Facts.
Right.
You know what? And it's not, I would say this, it's not necessarily the quote traditional rollout, but doing a pop-up shop, then you had the shows out in Philly, the shows out here in New York, dropping the track list on a Monday during a high traffic period for social media. They didn't drop it at 11 a.m. They dropped it when they knew niggas would be on their phones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it might not be to sit down and do interview rollout, but all of these things are still rollouts. Like the pop-up shop, you know what people are at the pop-up shop? If you just type in Mass Appeal pop-up, there's so many people who've already been in and out of there posting the photos that are going viral. So
Yeah.
I didn't
it's
even
all
try to
that.
go yet. I was not trying to wait on that line. There was a line for that.
How long is it? Because I'd like to get there.
That
You know
shit
how long
was
it's gonna be
like
for?
down the block and around the corner.
How long
Like,
is the pop-up shop going to be
oh,
available?
till January.
All right, we got to
Yeah,
get
all
there.
month. All
We'll
month.
set
You
that
got
up.
time.
We got to get there. That's kind of the same. That's to me. That's on the same level as the Hove exhibit. Like that's something
Yeah.
you got to go see that. You know what I
Gotta
mean?
see it.
For sure.
Another super chat. Anna Dash is outside. Says, Deanie, I saw you in the crowd leaving the show. Your jacket was fire. Love seeing the pic with you, Sin and Josh. I'll catch you at the next one. Salute to Anna Dash. Is
Salute.
Dash
Anna,
outside?
salute.
Anna.
Appreciate you.
That's love.
Love.
Last but not least, Jeremy Cole. Shout out another big time supporter
The
of the
real
team.
J. Cole.
The
My
real
guy.
J. Cole himself. More transactional friends
Oh,
for the
man.
6 frauds. Karma.
Wow.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Ouch.
It happens.
Salute
Happens.
to y'all for each super chat. We love y'all, man.
Absolutely. Deanie the
sure.
comments. Take us home, man.
To each and every one of y'all in the chat, y'all know the vibes, man. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend, swipe hype. We appreciate y'all like y'all appreciate us. Shout out to these good dudes, Jarvie, Sincere the Rap Snob, Mesito. I'm Deanie the Balance of the Force, and with our powers combined, man, it's the Rap Roundtable Monday Night Raw. You dig? We love you. We out of here. Stay
Yes,
tuned
sir.
Wednesday, episode 138. Ow!
And one more
Appreciate y'all.
time for people who missed it, take another look at last night's epic show. Shout out Master Pimp.
Yes, sir.